Greetings, and once again welcome back to the Insanity. Last time we left off, we had finished setting up something new. Activated carbon and organic solvent, which is useful for the niobium processing. And here we also have some filtration media, which might come in handy sooner or later. And here I noticed that I have missed a red wire to the warehouse. How great is that? We have a couple of problems that we need to deal with in this episode. First of all, we are running out of raw fibers. And that's bad because that's responsible for the power production. And luckily we still have the old power production over here, so we will not run out of power completely. But it will be, it will go down a bit. So we are going to deal with some problems, but first we are going to set up some production of a new recipe for drill heads using the niobium that we should be getting anytime soon. And then we also have to deal with the depot as well. Oh, down. Okay, sorry LTN, you just have to remake that request. Darn it. I was thinking of kidnapping one of these trains. Hello, can I please borrow you? Yes, thank you. So, I would like to deliver some sanity cat. Yeah, that sounds about right. Me and naming train stations is not going well. And then you should go to the niobium area. Grayson Brewer, I think that's correct. Please tell me that this is correct. Can I please open this location in the map? Yes, thank you. Ah, told you. And let's see, how here I can rename this. Activated stuff. Organic solvents provider. Yeah, you can move on to the next lit and niobium area. Grayson Brewer. Organic solvent requester, and this is the next elite. What's it called again? Next niobium plus next lit. And as you can see, we also kind of need to do something about the radar coverage, or the lack thereof. Good, now at least we have some niobium, which should get this process started again, providing us with some niobium plates, which will come in handy over here. So the recipe that we will be using here is steel, niobium and titanium plates. And this silicon carbide thing as well. Darn it. Thank you. And this will be called signal C. And some electricity to that one, please. Good, now I just need to fix the steel, silicon carbide, niobium plates. Let's see, so here we have titanium and silicon carbide. That's actually pretty perfect because we need both of these. Go in here, please. And then we need the steel and niobium plates. That means that we need to request niobium plates. And let's remember all the steps for requesting this time, because I have done this mistake many times before, I think. 1500, thank you. And then let's see, we need the steel here, kind of. So how about we do something like this? Steel and niobium plates, perfect. Here, you may have some thing, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, you can have some niobium plates even. And you can have some silicon carbide. And have some steel. Thank you! This is a pretty good recipe, so I hope this will be very useful. Right, we need to change this one to D equals 0. Otherwise, it will not quite make sense. Are you missing anything else? You are missing, yeah, you are missing niobium plates on the belt, but that should be fine eventually. Here, have some niobium plates. Cool! So let's see if we can find a train. I'm also aware of a couple of issues with the new depot station that we were about to set up in the last episode. Namely that it's not really a depot station for two reasons. First off, we didn't change the name, and secondly, we didn't connect it to the lamp. The wire to the lamp. So how about we go fix a couple of issues? Where is this? Let's start with fixing the red wire. And speaking of red wire, there are other red wires that need to be fixed in the mall. Good, now that's working. Go to my new parking spot, because my old parking stop is no more. As sad it is to say that. We used to have a little parking over here, but that has been removed. So please connect a green wire to this station as well. And then please copy this name to this station. And now trains will start coming in there as well. Thank you very much. Now let's go to the mall and fix that problem as well. And then we shall deal with the problem that is Keysalk. Namely the problem that we need a lot more of it. We can maybe prepare that by getting some glass, it seems. Do we have any glass in any of these warehouses? Yes, we do. 5 of them, sure, that will be a good start. So the problem here is that we have a request for iron sticks here, but if you look here, we are not forwarding that request properly. It turns out that this request disappears over here because this shed contains iron sticks, so if I just move those sticks, they get routed correctly. So in order to fix this problem, I'm going to make a couple of changes here. First of all, I will remove all red wires here, because those no longer really serve a good purpose. Instead, I will be using, let's see, a green signal, green or red? Let's use a red. Okay, let's use a red signal here. And let's remove all the green. Should this one remain? So red is what I don't want to have this as a filter inserter anymore. And actually these 500 iron gear wheels can go elsewhere if needed, and so can these copper. And you know what? The same goes for this rubber. Let's see. So my plan here was to connect all of these. That actually includes you as well, little chest, with a red wire, and have no other things, and use a fast inserter over here. Because then it's forwarded correctly, everything is placed here and then moved here, and when it is placed here, it's counted as into the what this shed wants, and is therefore no longer considered. So I think this is going to work, so let's apply the same method here. We will be removing all the green things here. It seems like we have a lot of red. This red needs to be connected there and removed from there. Problem hopefully solved. Famous last words. Great. So let's look into the keysalk production. And if anyone has any complaints about how I pronounce keysalk, please let me know, because I honestly have no clue how to pronounce these names, since they are, well, made up, I guess. Or is keysalk a real thing? I don't think so. I'm wondering how the makers of this mod has come up with these names, really. Keysalk, Haug, Ulrik, I don't know. Ralesia, Moondrop. So let's see. We're going to need to copy something here, and then we can probably just flip it a bit. Ah, of course, it cannot be flipped. So how about we start doing something like this, and then let's see. I think we will need to change a couple of things here. First of all, these electric poles, I mean, come on. So you need to take from over there, and you need to output. Yes, we are using slow inserters for this. Good old-fashioned slow inserters. Ah, come on, get out of my way. I mean, I really like you and all, big electric pole, but you're kinda in the way. And luckily it just so happens that we have saved a couple of key salk here. So we need some lamp and sand as well. I'm very much looking forward to bigger, better recipes that can be used, which will increase the production here even more. Oh dear, this is a mess. Okay, so we need inserters over here, of course. And that maybe should be enough. Yes, thank you very much. And looking at our electricity now, we can see that we have a little problem. Because we have been running out of... We're running out of power, more or less. Why do... Oh. It appears someone broke some electricity. That someone would be me. Do you have to be there, Roboport? Well, you kinda do. That's okay, I think we can manage that. So I'm going to need a couple of more key salk for this, to sort of kickstart these machines. And it seems like I'm also going to need a bit more inserters of various kinds. Let's see, does this make sense? I think so. Oops, that one needs a recipe, you need a recipe, everything needs a recipe. You can really see that the inserters are struggling a bit now. But hopefully this should be fixed soon enough. One, two, three, four, five more key salk. 5 more key salk plantation. So we're actually currently missing wood, but we do need a bit more glass as well. What's this? Ah, that's no longer used, right, because this was an awful idea to have carbon dioxide over here. Yeah, you can remove that threshold, you can increase this priority, and just empty yourself. So we need wood and we need glass. Let's go get that. Brakes on this thing is not good. Here is some wood, and while we are here, I would like to change something that I have been thinking about, namely that the idea of producing coke here is absolutely horrible. Because it's much better to produce coal here and convert it to coke at the other place. And this is actually so important that I'm just destroying this thing and filling up my inventory with useless things, of course, because what else would I do? So no more coke from the wood production, because the coal can be converted to coke in the coke processing area, and that's much more effective. So this whole idea was utterly stupid. Just completely stupid. So that's a little bit more things cleaned up. Right, so glass. That can be found up here. It's a good opportunity to clean up our inventory a bit while driving. Just let's see kind of what we have here. Aluminum or sodium sulfate. Okay, let's see if we might remember to drop that off. And of course we don't have any glass. I mean, why would we have glass? That would be stupid, wouldn't it? I don't think it would. It would be really nice, but that's where the hot air problems comes in. I see. Okay. Let's just see if we can find glass somewhere else, maybe. Although I find it unlikely. And while we are here at the Green Science, we should also make a manual delivery of some science packs. Hello, do you have any glass? Glass, glass, glass. Nope. No glass. That's bad. Please find me a container where I can find glass. Thank you. Seems like we have some in the mall. And here. Where is this place? Ah, the circuits. Yes, let's just steal some from the circuits. And if you're wondering if I'm ashamed of what I'm doing, the answer is nope, not at all. I mean, it's not ideal running around for materials like this. But we would very much like to have our power back, wouldn't we? What now? Copper? You don't happen to have any copper here, do you? Yes, you do. Nope. Nope. I would like to go here. Cannot insert key silk plantation, of course. Oh, that reminds me that we can actually go and drop off some aluminium. And then also some starch. Let's actually start with the starch. Because it's already on its way. because we are producing starch over here. No, wait, sodium sulfate. Sodium sulfate, that's the thing for these things, isn't it? Sodium sulfate, exactly. So you can have some sodium sulfate, and you can have some sodium sulfate, and you can have some sodium sulfate. Good. And then let's go to the aluminium. And we have a train that is out of fuel. That's not optimal. Let's see. Aluminium ore. And what a coincidence that you have some coal. I would very much like to have some of that for the train that is missing it. Where is that train? Okay. So close to the chromium exolite area. This is a mess. This is an absolute mess. Good. Oh. Thank you. Have some coal. This probably happened because we had a problem with the wood processing, because we had a lot of coal going to the coke production, and that's bad. So I think that now it should be doing a bit better. But let's take a look here. We are not getting that many logs because we are missing some tree seedlings, because we essentially just need to expand this production. Can we just expand this safely somehow? I guess we'll head back to the wood processing then as well, after we add some more Keysalk. The good news at least is that we have trains in our depot. The bad news is that the trains do not have any fuel. What a mess. And we are still running very low on electricity, that's for sure. And I really mean very low. I might need to make a manual delivery of raw fiber to just kickstart things. The bad thing is also that these Keysalk plantations require a lot of power, which is very bad. But in the end, given how much power this gives us from the oaks, it's well worth it. How are we doing here? Things are not looking good, because the combustion turbines are apparently also running out of something, though it's a bit unclear what. Or they might not just run out of something, it's that they are not producing enough. Because we have probably used up everything that is in the pie tank. So not great. Not great at all. Alright, we only need one inserter over here. Oh, and we don't need it to be a fast one. It's been a while since we had power issues, isn't it? So this kind of reminds me of old times. Ah, the good old times when everything was just a mess. Remember about like episode 29 or 30? When we had the huge power blackout? Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it? I can tell you that no, it was not. Not for me anyway. I did not like recording that episode at all. But luckily we have been doing a bit better since then, although now we are having other problems, or well, the same problems again. How much? Oh, yeah, this should be enough for a while. Let's kickstart power, shall we? Oh, and we also should actually deliver some science packs and not just keep them in our inventory. Research. I feel like a manual logistic robot at the moment. Here, have some science packs. The good news about that is that it will finish this research and it should also finish this research. So that's nice. But the big problem now is the hot air. I was thinking about if I should expand the hot air production, because we have a lot of stone in the stone area. Botanical nursery. Let's focus on expanding the trees here, shall we? One and... darn it. 2, 3. Come on. 4. Is there enough space for this? I think this will work. I don't see any problem at all, do you? I mean, we just have a bit of spaghetti here, but besides that, it's perfectly fine. Ah, manual crafting, isn't it so nice? No, it isn't. Not nice at all. Oops. I could have ordered robots to do this, but the thing is that I think I need to make some adjustments manually. Because it wasn't very easily replicable. Are you missing anything? Yes, of course you are, because you don't have power for these. Ah, one more. I'm hoping actually that the hot air problem might sort of sort itself out when we get more coal at the wood. The coal will go over here to the coke production, which will turn it into coke, and as a byproduct also generate some hot air. That's my goal. And speaking of which, how much coke oven gas do we have here? Quite a bit actually. Maybe we should just try and scale up this process of generating the hot air somehow. I don't know. But I mean, it's... How much hot air are we producing? 800 per minute approximately. Or no, less than that, yeah. 560 per minute. I mean, it's something, but I'm afraid that it might not be enough. But hopefully these new tree seeds should help a bit. Oh, come on, do we need more moss now as well? We probably do eventually. But there's also something else we can do to increase this yield. And that would be to use some of this ash. So I'm dragging this down because of how the output works. Because if this factory down here is producing more, then it will sort of take priority instead of the other things. Log, tree seedling, tailings and carbon dioxide. Yeah, that sounds like something to me. Here, I have some tree seedlings. So instead of this water, we need some tailings. And I think I know a place. Or so I thought. Yeah, see, we have some tailings over here. You may stop this pumping, and you may, well, you can. How about we put the pump over here actually? And then we drag this along. Actually, it would probably make sense to use the pump in this direction. And then this one is producing logs. And if I'm not mistaken, this recipe is quite fast. 15 seconds divided by 1.1 for 8 logs, compared to 5 logs over 30 seconds. So yeah, this is a significant improvement, more than twice the output. So I'm hoping that this will be a bit better. Where's my train? Oh right, I parked it on the right side. Wait a minute. Oh! That's interesting. It seems like we have a power issue at research. I was wondering, like, why is nothing happening? And then I was thinking, did I put it in the wrong place? But I'm glad that it's just lacking power. So let's see what we can do about that. Once again, this is what happens when you refactor. No, I didn't want to. Darn it. Okay, good to know at least that we have a lot of Nexlit plates over here. Actually, I would like to have a few of them. Because there is something else we should do with them eventually. First off, I will just check. Oh right, I also no, I did kickstart the power. I'm so confused. So confused. Here we are. We're running out of lamps here as well. That's not good. But the good thing is that we have some Keysalk. That we can use, and these things probably want some input from here as well. Great. Are all of them working now? Yes. Except these that are lacking lamps. There's always something missing, isn't there? Okay, so we need to go to the stone area, I think. Because we do need to have a bit of hot air, probably. And we also need to have something else that I have been thinking of and have decided to try out more or less. So first off, hot air. We do have plenty of stone bricks over there, but that does not really help. We do have plenty of stone over here. That can help. So I would like to have a fluid provider. Or a couple of fluid providers, probably. What is in the way now? Of course. So the plan here is to look into lubricant. That's like our goal. And there are a couple of ways we can get lubricants. Either we use the aromatics recipe or we use the lubricant to heavy oil recipe. So let's say that we would like about, I don't know, 1,000 per minute. Actually, we should check at how much lubricant we have now. We are producing a quite steady 1.2k a minute. So let's say that we would like to double that, sort of 1.2k per minute. That means that we either go for 1.2k heavy oil or 1.8k aromatics. And what does this have to do with stone, you might wonder? One option to get heavy oil is by using crude oil and Nexlite plates. Another option is to use tar. So how can we get crude oil, you might wonder? One option is to use tar. Another option is to drill for it. Another option is to use tailings and aromatics. And these are some very interesting choices. Now you can see already that now we have 1.2k aromatics compared to 1.8k. So that's interesting. And then these aromatics, that's something we need. And that can be gotten from creosote or from Favgaia and Galesias. And the creosote can be retrieved using tar. So this is 2.3k tar. See? And tar is, as you know, very connected to stone already. So this is one way. And then we can sort of change a couple of variables here or change recipes and check, okay, how many Favgaia plantations is this and how many Galesias plantations is this. And then we can figure out that, okay, three Favgaia plantations and 3 Galesias plantations. Yeah, that's not too bad actually. But for the moment, let's see. We also have this recipe, and the benefit of this recipe that also one benefit is that it also yields coke, and another benefit is that it's pretty straightforward. There's no middle steps between everything here, so that's nice. So I think that we are going to start with one of these. Let's see. How are we getting the crude oil? Crude oil from that. I think there should be another way. There should be a way. There is always another way to do things. Tar plus Nextlit. Yes, that's another interesting approach. So just moving things around, checking what is like more or less efficient. And this is 2000 tar, but 18 Nextlit plates. 18 Nextlit plates is a bit. We are producing a steady 12.1 Nextlit plates. But when it comes to Nextlit plates, I believe that the input to these is not that bad, if I remember correctly. If I can just get this to work correctly. Okay, that's actually 75,000 tailings, and that's a bit. That is a bit for, but what is this with you're outputting 253 extra grade 3s? Why? Come on, I asked you to use the matrix solver. Why are you doing this to me, Helmod? I mean 253 Nextlit grade 3s, that's already more than enough. I honestly don't. Why can't you just kind of figure things? You should figure these things out, Helmod. Come on. Okay, 82. Okay, now. But why? Ugh. Either way, we also have some Nextlit saved, so that's kind of why I'm inclined to start off with this recipe. So we need one tar processing unit and one multi-purpose cracker, and then a couple of chemical plants. That sounds fairly simple, but I'm sure we can screw it up somehow. Tar processing unit. That requires stone. I think we can have some stone. Let's use 2 of them. It feels like this is my lucky day or something. Multi-purpose cracker. Here we go. And so the mess begins. Okay. Stone south. This will be lubricant. And this is hot air. And considering that we seem to be catching up maybe on the hot air. Oops, wrong place. 3.5k. You are getting a delivery, oh, but we are already missing. I mean, it's already down to 49k, so how is it again that we make that? Is that a high pressure furnace? If I remember now, right, it's a regenerative heat exchanger. And CMix can give some hot air. Not sure if that will be worth it, but it will be interesting to see once we set the CMix up. Stone bricks, hot air, pressure there. Okay. Oh, but I'm quite certain that I will need iron for this. What a mess. So we are lacking titanium plates for the research at the moment. I think titanium plates should be able to catch up eventually. Thank you. Do I have something that you want? Lots of stuff, but no. Okay, multi-purpose cracker. Let's make 2 of them. Regenerative heat exchanger. Maybe 2 of them. I don't know. Foundry. 1 of them apparently. And yeah, now we are getting to that problem. Chemical plants. Right. Now we need some simple circuit boards. Then the question is, are we lucky enough to have some? I find that unlikely. Yes, it was unlikely. The reason for why is because we are lacking Sogna bacteria. So please go and just make a Sogna bacteria delivery. Can also wait for inactivity. I think that should work. Oops. Oh, this is wrought iron plates. Well, that's useless. I guess then that what we would like to have maybe is some seaweed? Question mark? Kind of. In order to handcraft some simple circuit boards using the lousy recipe. Oh, come on. Now the question is, well, it's not necessarily a question for now, but I'm choosing to deal with the problem now. Because now is when it bugs me. If we can just add a couple of more roboports. It is a bit annoying that I can't automatically place the roboports using robots, because well, I could, but I mean, their construction area is fairly low. So I mean, it would, no, I just don't like it. Okay, where were we? I think we're done in the Keysalk area. We did grab some stuff from there. We should head back to the stone area. Also think I will need a couple of pressure pumps. One main reason for why I would like to have more lubricant is because I would like to have more glass and quartz ore and things. Of course, the problem right now is not the lack of ores. The problem right now is the lack of hot air. Which is another big problem. Let's see, regenerative heat exchanger. I think I kinda have to put it this way in order to somewhat be able to scale. Warmer stone brick. Am I not using that already? I don't know. Hot air. Pressure pump. Oh dear, we're running out of pipes. I have a feeling that I might want to change this later on, this setup. I'm not too proud of it. But that's kind of maybe a problem for later. And it seems like I'm going to need a bit of this. Of course, I'm crafting pipes and then I'm crafting these and then they eat my pipes. And it seems like the electricity problem is back again. Oh dear. Oh shit. How are we doing with the Keysalk? Please tell me that you've gotten somewhere. 785. The Keysalks themselves are looking quite good. They have even gotten a delivery of lamps. So if we would just send these, oh, and of course I think we could really use some more processing units here, because this is just overwhelming apparently. Madness, insanity, all the things. Okay, it just kinda has to stay like that for a while now. How many of these advanced foundries will I need? Oh, come on. Whoops. Things so messy. And this, of course, will lead to a different problem, namely the fact that I wanted some stone for the tar, which should be used in this complicated process. But then, yeah, now I will be getting less tar here probably. I thought I was on my way to fix things, not destroy things, but I'm guessing I might have been very wrong. I have been before. So honestly, I'm not sure if I'm doing things better or worse at this point. I think eventually it will get better. Mostly because we have taken some steps closer to the next science pack. And with the next science packs and all that comes some pretty cool things, I think. Let's see, I would like to have an item requester. Thank you. Oh, please tell me that I can make all this. Yes. So, stone south item requester. Because this one will be requesting some Nexelite tiles. Plates. Damn it. Possibly other stuff later on. Oh, that's not a lot. Okay, so we need the tar. The tar needs to go into a processing unit thingy. Let's put the processing unit thingy over here, maybe? This looks about right. Oh, come on. This requires steam as well. Right. There's always something you're not thinking about. So how to deal with the steam? We don't really have any steam here. But we do have a requester station that can request some coal dust, I guess. Not that we have a lot of coal dust, but anyway. I have a bad feeling about this. Let's just put it like that. Or I could check now how this is going. Okay, it's not going too shitty at least. I think this might eventually work. Besides for the fact that the power is going straight to hell. So assuming that coal dust and X-lit will come here. The next lit should go up here and then into the multi-purpose cracker, which also needs the steam, which will produce some heavy oil, which will be converted into lubricants. And I need more pipes. I guess that means that we'll go on a little trip again. First off, let's go visit the Keysulk, because we desperately need the power. Which reminds me that I might want to look into a new wood processing unit, which requires iron and copper. So first kickstarting the power, and then after that getting more iron and copper. That's a bit too far. Thank you. Do we have any more science packs here? Nope. None whatsoever. Iron and copper and pipes. For God's sakes, pipes. Thank you. That's not where I wanted to go. So we researched Yaedols and nickel processing. Neither of which are extremely helpful for us at this point. I think nickel processing is probably the one we are going to use first at some point, because that can be used for things that I can't quite remember. So, oh right, wood processing unit. That's why I wanted these things. And I just need to remember to start using those as well. How are you doing with the hot air? Not that great. I mean, it seems to require a shit ton of foundries. Of course, the foundries are currently Come on. Come on, Augs. Enter. Start giving me power. Oh, of course, it's a bit bad that it's filling them up like one by one by one by one. So it's inserting multiple AUGs into the first one before inserting any AUGs to the second one. That should probably use some balancing at some point. Oh damn, these are heavy creatures. So that's how you generate power. Wow, those are big. I mean, you don't need to have 4 AUGs in this one. Come on. And of course the power to the Typhoon base where they rest is also running low, which means that everything is just... Okay, you go to the next one, please. Damn it. I'm getting fed up with this. Okay, one thing at a time. I don't have any boilers. Of course I don't. Why would I have any boilers? Well, I don't have any coal dust here either, and I don't think anything is coming anytime soon, so I'm going to fix the problem with the oaks. Because this is a significant problem that just needs to be dealt with. How about you start coming from here, and then you can split here, and then you can split here, and then you can... Let's see, this only needs oaks, right? Then you can split here, and then we'll just provide some underground belts, which should balance things, which should restore power for quite a bit, and hopefully we are in a positive loop now. I'm not convinced about this just yet, but looking at these in robots wanting to giving me items, that's a positive sign at least. I'm wondering what the mall is missing now. The mall is missing iron sticks and simple circuit boards and aluminium plates. That's fine, I guess. we're getting fertilizer now as well. That's good to see. Okay, what was I thinking about? Keysalk, wood processing unit. Yes. Let's actually make it some more processing units. Because yeah, especially now when we increased the number of Keysalk. I mean, come on. We're getting a lot of Keysalk now, and we are not consuming that many, essentially, because we need to have some more wood processing units for that to happen. And let's see, how about we change things around here a bit? Just like changing the outputs and inputs around, because that will make it hopefully possible to scale a bit better. I mean, come on. We're massively producing Keysalk. So we have 350 here now with regards to raw fiber. How many do we have left up here? 119. That's not a lot. That kind of indicates a big problem. But I think that considering this, the production here should increase the amount of combustion mixture here. Because these are probably not running at full speed at the moment. But it doesn't actually seem to be increasing that much, which might be a bit worrying. So what the important thing is that we should produce more raw fibers than we are consuming, more or less. And while it looks like it kinda right now, I'm not sure that this will sustain. Although this looks, I mean, yeah, but the problem is that we have some Keysalk that had backed up. So honestly, I just don't know. I don't know if this is going better or if it's going to get worse. I kinda guess we'll just have to wait and find out, more or less. At least all of our Keysalk plantations are working, but damn, they take a long time. So, yeah. I'm not so sure about anything right now. But I guess we'll just kind of wait and see what happens. So, the problems that we currently need to deal with, sort of, is the hot air, that's for sure. And renaming our train stations as well. This is aluminum, tin. Don't we have like a section for that? What are the other train stations here called? Is it called ore processing maybe? Molten, yeah, that's what it's called. Ore processing item requester. That is you. So over the last hour we have transported 50k hot air. But we are still missing 53k. So where have this been going? Coal & Co, glass processing, and Mark Chapman. Who is Mark Chapman? Mark Chapman is over here. Casting. So this should probably be casting north. Item requester. No. I'm stupid. Casting north, hot air requester. Casting north, item provider, casting north, benzene requester. So many train stations with bad train stop names. Hopefully it helps clarify things. I am very much hoping that this one is able to catch up, but I'm not so sure about it. We might want to scale this quite a bit. But either way, that's not where I want to be. That's kind of it for this episode. So I will be going down to the stone block where I have some unfinished things to do. I'm hoping that I have gotten some coal dust here now at least. And I haven't. So join us again for the next episode when we will figure out more things or cause more problems. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.